You may have heard of last meals on death row in this video. But what about last words? From bizarre food puns to bone-chilling declarations, the world has heard a number of spine-tingling last words from some of the most brutal convicts throughout history.
If you have any last words, now is the time.
Here are 25, some of the creepiest and oddest final words of death row inmates that will make you shocked. Number 25, John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy was found guilty of raping and murdering 33 men between 1972 and 1978 when he was arrested. The former Children's Party entertainer has been dubbed the Killer Clown because he wears his clown suit and full face makeup at all the parties he attends. On May 10, 1994, Gacy was executed by lethal injection at the age of 52, with his last word, "Kiss my." Number 24, Thomas J. Grasso. Because he strangled an elderly woman with her Christmas lights, stealing $8 from her purse and $4 found in her home, selling her TV for $125, murdering an elderly man, and stealing his Social Security check. So on March 20, 1995, Grasso was executed by lethal injection at the age 32, with his last word, "I didn't receive SpaghettiOs, I got spaghetti. I want the press to be aware of this," said Grasso, because his last meal was wrong. Number 23, Aileen Wuornos. Because she shot to death and robbed 7 of her male clients while working as a prostitute in Florida. On October 9, 2002, Wuornos was executed by lethal injection at the age of 46. With her last word, "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the rock and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th, like the movie, big mothership and all, I'll be back." Number 22, Tory Twain McNabb. Because he convicted of killing Montgomery police officer Anderson Gordon in 1997. On October 19, 2017, McNabb was executed by lethal injection at the age 40, with his last word, "Mom, sis, look at my eyes. I got no tears. I am unafraid. To the state of Alabama, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you." Number 21, George Appel. Because shooting and murdering a police officer after robbing a restaurant in Brooklyn. On August 9, 1928, Appel was executed by electric chair at the age 41, with his last word, "Well, gentlemen, you are about to see a baked Appel." Number 20, Jeffrey Dahmer. He raped and killed 17 men and boys in the 1980s. On November 28, 1994, he was beaten to death by a fellow inmate at the age of 34, with his last word, "I don't care if I live or die. Go ahead and kill me." Number 19, Erskine Childers. Childers was put on trial by a military court on the charge of possessing a small Spanish-made destroyer 32 caliber semi-automatic pistol on his person in violation of the Emergency Powers Resolution. He was executed at the Beggars Bush Barracks in Dublin by the authorities of the Irish Free State during the Irish Civil War. On November 24, 1922, Childers was executed by firing squad at the age of 52. With his last words to the firing squad about to shoot him were, "Take a step forward, lads. It will be easier that way." Number 18, Barbara Graham. with her nicknamed Bloody Babs. She murdered an elderly woman after a failed robbery. On June 3, 1955, Graham was executed by gas chamber at the age of 31, with her last word, "Good people are always so sure they're right." Number 17, George Engel. Engel was one of the 4 individuals responsible for the 1886 Haymarket bombing in Chicago. On November 11, 1887, Engel was executed by hanging at the age of 51 with his last word, "Hurrah for anarchy! This is the happiest moment of my life." Number 16, Peter Kürten. Pater Kürten, also known as the Vampire of Dusseldorf. He raped and killed, and even drank the blood of his victims, numbering almost 60 people. On July the 2nd, 1931, Kürten was executed by guillotine at the age of 48, with his last word, "Tell me, after my head has been chopped off, will I still be able to hear, at least for a moment, the sound of my own blood gushing from the stump of my neck? That would be a pleasure to end all pleasures." Number 15, Karl Panzram. Panzram confessed to having committed the murders of 21 boys and men, only 5 of which could be corroborated. He is suspected of having killed more than 100 boys and men in the United States alone, and several more in Portuguese Angola. September 5th, 1930, Panzram was executed by hanging at the age of 39, with his last word, "Hurry it up, you Hoosier. I could hang a dozen men while you're screwing around." Number 14, Timothy McVeigh. McVeigh was an American domestic terrorist who perpetrated the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing that killed 168 people, 19 of whom were children, injured 680, and destroyed 1/3 of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. It is one of the deadliest acts of domestic terrorism in U.S. history. On June 11, 2001, McVeigh was executed by lethal injection at the age of 33, with his last word, "I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." Number 13, Peter Manuel. Manuel was an American-Scottish serial killer who was convicted of murdering 7 people across Lanarkshire and southern Scotland between 1956 and his arrest in January 1958, and is believed to have murdered 2 more. On July 11, 1958, Manuel was executed by hanging at the age of 31, with his last word, "Turn up the radio and I'll go quietly." Number 12, Ted Bundy. Theodore Robert Bundy, or known as Ted Bundy, was an American serial killer who kidnapped, raped, and murdered dozens of young women and girls during the 1970s and possibly earlier. On January 4th, 1989, Bundy was executed by the electric chair at the age of 42. With his last word, "I'd like you to give my love to my family and friends." Number 11, Jimmy Glass. He escaped prison and killed Newton and Erling Brown. On June 12, 1987, Glass was executed by the electric chair at the age of 25, with his last word, "I'd rather be fishing." Number 10, John Manuel Quintanilla. Quintanilla, convicted of fatally shooting a retired sheriff's deputy during the robbery of an amusement center. On December 14, 2004, Quintanilla was executed by lethal injection at the age of 36, with his last word, I would like to tell my wife that I love her and thank her for all the years of happiness. Number 9. James French. French was an American criminal who was the last person executed under Oklahoma's death penalty laws prior to Furman versus Georgia, which suspended capital punishment in America from 1972 until 1976. On August 10, 1966, French was executed by electric chair at the age of 29. With his last word, how's this for a headline? French fries. Number 8. Roger Keith Coleman. Coleman convicted of murdering his sister-in-law. On May 20th, 1992, Coleman was executed by electric chair at the age of 33. With his last word, an innocent man is going to be murdered tonight. When my innocence is proven, I hope Americans will realize the injustice of the death penalty as all other civilized countries have. Number 7. Amelia Elizabeth Hobley. Hobley, known as the Ogress of Reading, was an English serial killer during the Victorian era. She murdered infants she was supposed to care for over a 30-year period, thought to have murdered over 400 children. She initially adopted babies for money, but some died in her care, leading to a conviction for neglect. On June 10, 1896, Hobley was executed by hanging at the age of 59. With her last word, I have nothing to say. Number 6. Francis Crowley. Francis Crowley, or known as Two Gun, was an American murderer known for a 3-month crime spree. It ended in a 2-hour shootout with the New York City Police Department. On January 21, 1932, Crowley was executed by electric chair at the age of 19. With his last word, "You sons of give my love to mother." Number 5. Clarence Lackey. He was convicted in the abduction and slashing death of Tony Diane Kampf, 20 years old, in Lubbock. On May 2, 1997, Lackey was executed by lethal injection at the age of 23. With his last word, "I love you, Mom." Number 4. Rocky Barton. He murdered his wife. On July 12, 2006, Barton was executed by lethal injection at the age of 49. With his last word, "I love you all and I'm sorry for what I done. I'm sorry for killing your mom and what I done to you." Number 3. Kelsey Patterson. He was convicted of the murder of 63-year-old Louis Oates, the owner of an oil company, and 41-year-old Dorothy Harris, who was Oates' secretary. He had a history of mental illness. On May 18, 2004, Patterson was executed by lethal injection at the age of 49. With his last word, "Statement to what? State what? I am not guilty of the charge of capital murder. Steal me and my family's money. My truth will always be my truth. There is no kin and no friend. No fear what you do to me. No kin to you, undertaker, murderer. Get my money, give me my rights, give me my rights, give me my rights, give me my life back." Number 2. John William King. King and 2 other white men were convicted in the brutal East Texas murder of Bird, who was black. In February 1999, King was executed by lethal injection at the age of 44. With his last word, "Capital punishment. Them without the capital get the punishment." Number 1. John K. Bearfield. Bearfield, his brother and another accomplice abducted, robbed and raped 25-year-old Rice University student Cindy Rounceville on April 23, 1986. When she tried to flee, Bearfield shot her twice in the head. On March 12, 1997, Bearfield was executed by lethal injection at the age of 32. With his last word, "Tell Mama I love her." If you were on death row, what would be your final words? Comment down below. If I were to find myself on death row, my final words would be, as I approach the end of the video, I want to thank all who have watched this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to support this channel. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.